Black history they don't want you to know. Musician-composer Joseph Chevalier. Among the famed 18th century composers, one name is often missing: Joseph Chevalier, also known as Chevalier de Saint-George, a classical musician whose talents rivaled Mozart's. He's considered the first classical composer of African descent to receive widespread critical acclaim. He composed many violin concertos and string quartets, violin duets, sonatas, and more. Chevalier was also known as a champion fencer, good athlete, and fine dancer. The illegitimate son of a wealthy French plantation owner and an enslaved African Guadeloupean woman, born in 1745 in the French Caribbean colony of Guadeloupe, after moving to Paris, where his mother became a free woman, he studied music, mathematics, literature, and fencing. Part of what made Chevalier a singular figure in Paris at the time was his wide range of skills. Quote, unlike other more famous composers of this period, it was very clear that Chevalier, his music, was just one facet of Chevalier's personal and professional identity. While he reached success in France, writing operas and gaining patronage from members of the Parisian society, his career was not immune to racism. When he was up for a job at the Paris Opera, a trio of divas declared they would never submit orders to a mulatto. Chevalier went on to fight in the French Revolution, leading France's all-first black regiment. He led the first all-black regiment in the Revolution known as the American Legion, but the cavalry would soon be referred to as Legion St. George's. However, Joseph would be accused of being a traitor in 1793, leading to his dismissal and subsequent arrest, despite no specific charges. He was sent to a prison reserved for political opponents, seemingly under suspicion of his friendships with Chevalier's real-life characters Marie Antoinette and Louis Philippe II. Chevalier was later released from prison, but his petitions to be reinstated in the military were rejected, thus leading to his renewed dedication to music and his violin. In 1799, Chevalier passed away after months of battling illnesses. Oddly, Joseph's death certificate was lost in a fire, so the only known sources of information about his death are the men who actually removed the body. At the time of his death, Chevalier was estimated to be approximately 53 years old, though he had still survived many other real-life historical figures depicted in the movie of his true story. However, his music was dismissed, largely lost, and banned after his death. Once Napoleon Bonaparte reinstated slavery in France in 1802, one order was to dismiss and in some cases destroy Joseph Chevalier's music. The reason for this is likely due to Napoleon's racist policies and his efforts to suppress future revolts. Since Joseph's music has been significant in banding together black communities through musical empowerment, Napoleon would have worked to ban his music to keep Joseph's accomplishments and talent as a black man hidden from the world. As such, much of Chevalier's music was lost and forgotten in the centuries since his death, with the biopic picture Chevalier finally bringing the historical man's important true life story back to the spotlight. Joseph Chevalier, classical musician whose talent rivaled Mozart. He is considered the first classical composer of African descent to receive widespread critical acclaim. Black history they don't want you to know.